Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I'm your host today, Rayleen Kable, and we're going to do a soul talk. I hope you have had a wonderful week. This week's been cold here in Australia, so hence to say why I look like I've been to the snows. Well, I haven't been. But today I decided to give you a view of what I normally see when I'm doing my show when it's reversed. So I have some beautiful trees in the background, so please take in that beautiful energy. And, I think today I really wanted to have a chat about the world in general and how we are in the world, how we're faring through life, how our soul is meant to be just embracing absolutely everything. I hope whatever you're doing, take a moment, grab a cup of tea, coffee, whatever, and sit with me. Let's do a bit of soul talking. I love you all, and I just love being a part of this wonderful program with amazing people hosting and amazing people in the background producing. Thank you to our wonderful host, Dave, and to all the crew out there. So whatever you're doing, take a moment, sit with me. Let's talk. Let's have a real good look at what's really going on. So at the moment, I think I've noticed I don't watch TV, just for people to know. So I'm not in the hub of media and all that. So, but what I have felt this week is a really big shift in the consciousness. Now, I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent. It's just a shift. And when we have a shift, it's something that's definitely felt. So I kind of like want to say to you, I'm hearing a sound going on there, so I just hope my phone is able to kind of like tune down for a moment. So I want to say to you, on another level, let's really have a feel. What's going on in the consciousness? Are we, are we feeling, really connected, or are we feeling a little bit disconnected? And what I mean by this, everybody, is, are you feeling happy within your soul? Are you feeling contented where you're at? Not where everybody else is at, but are you feeling good about where you're at? That's the most important thing. It's about, I think I've set my alarm, sorry guys, and it's under there, and I just can't, hopefully you can't hear it. But I think I've triggered something. So I'm just going to let it go. I'd love to turn it off, but it's not going to happen. It's just going to have to wait. So, oh, great. I just got word that no one can hear it. All right. So, so this is the week of, I was sitting there last night. I was, Spirit works with me constantly. And when I say Spirit, the consciousness, Spirit, works really beautifully with me, knowing what to share, what not to share, when to speak, when not to speak. It's really beautiful. So I really have this beautiful divine trust in all that comes through for me. And, I got very strongly when I was sitting in the lounge last night, about the sacred journey. And, we're all right now on a sacred journey. And what is sacred? When you think about what the word sacred is, it's more of a personal, internal aspect. So we're all on that right now. Together, of course, but we're doing it individually, because I can't walk your path as you can't walk my path. I can support you on your path as you can support me on mine. But, in truth, we can't determine what each other's going to do. We can only ever be what I call collectively supportive. So, we're all going to experience different things on our sacred path. And I think the most important thing is that whatever you're doing on your sacred path, that you honor it, honor the aspects, the good, the bad, the indifferent. And when we do that, we really do open up to so much more. There's just so much more out there that we are meant to align with. And I guess with so many different things and distractions going on, it's so easy to get pulled out into the outside world instead of focusing in on what the internal world is. And, when we really open up that awareness, we open our soul to so much more joy, so much more passion, so much more desire, so much more creativity. Our soul really just awakens, and we become something that maybe we never ever knew we were capable of. We become more whole. We become more connected. We become more centered in what we're doing. And I guess, guys, I'm sounding really serious, but I'm trying not to, but That's the truth. We're here on a sacred journey. And in this time, at this place, at this time in the consciousness, we are here to embrace it all. More so than ever. More so than ever are we meant to be so beautiful and unique in everything that we do, you know. Yes, we need to be patient. Yes, we need to have compassion. Yes, we need to, acknowledge those things around us, but we don't need to be affected by those things around us. You know, I love, as you can see, I've given you a different view today, and hopefully each week I might mix it up a bit and give you something different to have a look at. But I'm very blessed where I am to have beautiful trees to support me. And I do acknowledge them, don't worry. The other day I was capturing some beautiful pictures of trees and just, admiring their beauty. And I happened to put my phone up, and it was funny because I was directed to look up, and as I did, because we've had a lot of rain here, you might see it's a bit overcast here. We've had a lot of rain here in Australia, so I put my phone up and captured, and I may even share this on my, we'll share this later on, maybe on my webpage. But it's just a beautiful picture of colours and the sun coming through the trees, and it was just, honestly, for myself, amazing. But the beautiful thing is that I took that time to acknowledge, and maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to stop. Maybe we need to stop the rat race and just be. When we've got so many, look, all of us could say we'd have 10 things that we have to do in a day. Do we really need to do them, or are they just distractions? Prioritize what's really important. Maybe not running down to the shopping centre and spending all your money is a distraction. Maybe it's not so important. Maybe, going out into nature, going to a beach, going for a walk, going and connecting with some animals, the bird kingdom, maybe that's what's really important. And maybe that's what's going to, I'm sure I've set my alarm. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm really going, oh, well, at least it's on silent, thank God. So maybe that's what it's about. Maybe it's about stopping, remembering to breathe, remembering to kind of like just be, when we just be, we create so much more, and we get so much more done. And I think, if you want to achieve things, do less. I know that sounds strange, but maybe do less in the physical and do more on the internal. Do a bit of meditation, just a bit of deep breathing. Maybe just do a little bit of closing your eyes and imagining yourself in a beautiful space. So if you live in, like myself at the moment, I can imagine myself in a different part of the world than I am at the moment, because it's cold and it's wet and it's winter. But I can imagine myself maybe in the Greek Isles or something, just sitting on a beautiful pebble beach with the sun shining down. So, we all have that ability to be able to create the vibration and the energy and the feel of what we want to be feeling. I have some beautiful clients that recently I've shared some beautiful little techniques with, and those techniques were to help them start their day and to have the most beautiful day by creating their intentions very clearly in the morning. From the moment they open their eyes, create a beautiful intention that is going to set off the energy for the day. For instance, I use myself. I wake up feeling absolutely amazed that I'm so grateful that I'm here, that I'm alive, that I'm here, and I've woken up to see another day. So my gratitude and my acknowledgement of what I have creates more beautiful energy for that. So, if you're having a hard week, stop and make that conscious choice not to have a hard week, but to really just, center yourself again. Now, when I say center, that means really just be in within you, not feeling like that. I'll give you the example, like an octopus where the tentacles are going out everywhere. You don't want to be like that. You want to be feeling, hey, this is where I am. This is what I've got to do. And maybe being a bit disciplined with your focus and where your energy is going. a great week for this. Like I say, we're all here together. We're what we call one big happy soul family. Well, I hope to see everyone's happy. I'm happy. I'm happy to be here to share with you, and I'm happy that you're listening and watching my program. So thank you, thank you very much. But we are really here to support one another, not to judge one another, not to distract each other, not to do any harm in any way. We're actually here to support, nurture, guide, love, respect, and all those beautiful things. I'm so into creating videos lately, and I've been doing a lot and have so much more to do, but on my YouTube page. And so a lot of those will be things that I can help people with. You may not be somebody who's had a degree or done anything in the spiritual field. It's not even about that. Some of the smartest, some of the hardest, some of the most aware people are people living a very simple and simplified life. Maybe in their kitchen, they're cooking up a storm and creating, masterpieces with their food. Maybe the person that picks up the rubbish, the guys that pick up the garbage trucks. Sorry, I'll get that out. They could be one of the most amazing healers, and we wouldn't even know. They might not even know. This is a beautiful time to know who you are. This is a beautiful time to really discover what the world's got out there. Not all the dramas, but what we can access and what we can give to another in our community. I often do this a lot, actually, because I like to smile. So when I smile, I go into the shops with a clear intention just to do what I've got to do, but to share beautiful energy. And I often will just be smiling, and people just look at me and sometimes look at me strangely as if to say, what is she smiling at? But the truth is, I'm happy. I'm happy within my soul. So why not share that happiness and that joy and that beautiful energy that will make maybe, and I've seen it happen, you'll see someone like really looking sad or down, and then you look over and smile, and then they come out and look at you and they give you a half smile. But I know energetically that although they may not feel like they want to smile, that energy that I've shared with them will be enough for them to realize that they don't have to frown, or that they don't have to worry about everything, So sometimes just, stop and think, are you going to be assisting a soul by being there, smiling, by listening, by just genuinely caring? Or are you going to contribute to that soul's maybe hard journey? See, we all have our own path, and no one knows what your path is and what you've had to walk. So, and if you've had a hard life or a hard path to navigate with, just be gentle. Be gentle on you, because see, I find this strangest thing. The biggest judge is the ones, us. We judge ourselves the most. I mean, of course, there's people outside of us that can be critical and can, have the form opinions. But what's an opinion? It's an opinion. It has no energy or zest unless you allow it to. We are in control of how we feel, how we display ourselves out in the world, what we're going to contribute to the consciousness, or what we're not going to contribute. So we basically are responsible not only for how we affect others, but most importantly, our own journey. So, oh God, I don't think I've taken a breath. So I'll just take a breath for a moment, everybody. So it's a wonderful week this week. I think today will be the setting off beautiful energy, and and whatever you're involved in your world or in your life, maybe make a conscious choice to be a positive aspect to that. You may be involved in a community group, you may be involved in politics, you may be involved in whatever. But how about you make that conscious choice to be a positive aspect in whatever you're doing? And, when we actually do that, even if it is something that feels a bit foreign, when we do that, we actually create such a beautiful dynamic energy that will help somebody who normally wouldn't know what, joy is or passion or desire. You help them. And even though you may not get someone come up and saying, oh, sir, you helped me, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's not about needing the external gratification of someone coming up. It's about more the internal knowing that you've done something good. See, when I created this Soul Talk as my show, there's a reason I did that. And it was because I really wanted to talk to all the souls. I don't want to talk to personalities. I want to talk to your souls. I want to get to know you. I want to reconnect with you. And I hope that you enjoy reconnecting with me. I mean, of course, we all know I don't have a script. And I'm grateful that I don't have a script because I am being me. You see me in my natural form as I share with you. I am very honoured and very blessed that I can receive. I have been a medium for those of you just tuning in for the first time. I've been a medium for all my life, but as long as, well, let's say from the age of understanding was when I realized that I was very, very gifted and very able to access beyond this world. And it's nothing, look, to be honest, we all can do it. But I know that this is my journey. My journey is to work with humanity in the best way, shape, and form, and to be true on every level when I do. So I just, I love you all. I think you're all amazing. And for those of you who have called in previous shows, I thank you so very much because, how it works, it's not just me talking and sharing. It's also knowing that potentially you're listening and that I've maybe one or two things that I've said has been of true assistance to you. I love when, people, obviously there's so many amazing people out there sharing their wealth and knowledge, from a soul level. And I think that's beautiful. We just need to remember sometimes that we are all connected and that what you do and think can affect the person right next to you or even 10,000 miles away. And I love the fact that when we do this, sorry, I'm just getting all these things happening at once, and it shouldn't be happening. So if you hear a ting, 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 I did forget to turn off my notifications, so forgive me. So, yeah, let's look at this week as being a power week. Let's look at this week as being a week where you can be and do and have everything that you want. Let's look at it. Okay. Thank you, Dave. So let's make it a week that you honor yourself completely and remember that you are on a sacred journey. This sacred journey is powerful because it's internal. And I'm not talking about the mind chatter. I'm talking about heart and soul. I always say to people, heart and soul. If you're connected with your heart, you're connected with your soul. So rather than listen to the mind chatter and what's going on there, feel your way. Make this a week of feeling. Feel, does this feel right for me right now? Is this what I really feel I want to do? Not is this what I really think I've got to do? Is this what I really feel I've got to do right now? And when you actually open that door to feeling again, you really do start to feel connected. For a lot of us throughout this last few years, I'm not going to use the word, and I think you all know what I'm talking about. I just don't really feel like it needs energy. So it's been a turbulent time. We felt more disconnected than connected. And in truth, we are so meant to be more connected and more caring and more compassionate and more patient and more understanding and more wise and more, all these things. But we actually went the opposite way. So it's now time to bring that balance back in where we are just, connecting with our earth around us, our trees, our plants, our animals, connecting with the weather and feeling like earlier on it was raining. Oh, it's been raining on and off. And I actually shared with my husband. I said, I really would love to see the sun. And no word of a lie. No word of a lie. I don't know how it came out because it was really overcast. All of a sudden the sun comes out. So obviously I took my moment to thank the sun for being present. It didn't stay forever, but, I got my little wish to see the sun. I should have been more specific maybe and said, can you stay out for longer? But I know nature, Mother Nature, will do her thing, and I will respect her all the way. So this week, be a week where you really feel connected. And if you don't feel connected, maybe connect with like-minded souls, or connect with people that you know are going to love and respect you and not judge you, and allow you to be you. You know, when we can be our authentic self, we are then able to be really true on every level to what our soul wants. Not what other people want, not what other people expect. You know, in this day and age, we've got so many people expecting so much from us. It's like, really? Why do you expect? What we should be doing is not really even expecting a lot from ourselves, but maybe just acknowledging what our soul wants. What does Rayleen want today? I want to see you all have a beautiful day, week, month, year. I want to see you all be able to open up and gravitate to your own soul's beautiful, unique knowledge and wisdom. When we do this, we stay connected, we help one another. And it's not even just about, like, I'm a million miles away from most of you overseas, but, you know, I'm not. I'm actually really closer than what you think. And that is because we are all energy. We are all so much more than what we think we are. I'm more than my body, thank God, because my body's aging, but my spirit's still, you know, my spirit's still young. My spirit's still connected. But, you know, when we realize that we are everything, and it's all connected, we then take more time, pride, and respect in what we do and how we do it. You know, when we do this, we're there. When we know that what I think could affect you overseas, if it's a negative thing, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a bad thought and have it ripple out into the consciousness and affect somebody in a negative way. That's not who I am. So when we are responsible, thoughtful, respectful in even how we are in our own self, then that ripples out into the consciousness. And when we do that, we're connecting and we're really making a difference. So be thoughtful of your mind and your mind's must go. Let's be mindful of what your thoughts are. And people say, well, I've always thought like that. It's not going to be any different. Well, you know what? You have a choice. And this is what we all have forgotten, is that we have choice and free will. With choice and free will, we then claim back things. So if I know I have a choice to be negative or positive, I can choose either side. I can go, okay, I'm going to be a negative Nancy. I'm going to be a positive possum. Don't ask me where that come from. But I choose, and that is my choice, to be able to be a positive influence in the consciousness. So as a negative thought comes in, it can be turned around and changed into a positive thought. So you might think, okay, I can't do that job. I'm not good at it. As soon as that comes into your mind, actually, I could be very good at this job. I'm going to give it a go. You know, it really just, it's the language that we translate to ourselves. It's how we are in our own way of thinking, you know, and that will affect how we are and how we feel. So I really would love everyone to have a beautiful week of being more mindful of what your thoughts are. What are you putting out into the universe? What are you sharing with the universe? You know, and also not taking on too much. Not, you know, I know that loved ones sometimes, those closest to us, can have a lot going on, and we want to be there for them. But it's better to be there in a beautiful, peaceful, centered place than to be there adding the angst and anxiety to the situation. So the more centered you are, the more that you go, okay, this is happening. And then you start to actually get resolution. How can I help my loved one through their trauma? And then you get answers by being more centered, by being more whole, by being more connected to your soul. Now, I did not mean to make that rhyme, and I have to say it did rhyme. Oh my God, I love you all. This show's gone so fast, and as you can see, I love to share. I will take calls in future shows, but I would really love to share more knowledge for the next coming shows. And I do hope that I can help along the way in just giving you maybe if not the smallest amount of an answer for something. You know, you've been awesome, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed my trees. This show is going so fast. And look, have a beautiful, soulful week. Have a beautiful week of, loving thyself, knowing thyself, and giving more of thyself in the most beautiful, positive way that you can. And, no pressure. We all have a way of doing things, and whatever way you do it, it will be right for you. So I have only not long to go. I will say to you all, as I always do, whatever you do this week, be beautiful, be kind. Most of all, be kind to yourself. Remember, you are loved by many, and even though you may not see them, they are there. I love you all. Thank you for listening to my show, and may I say, namaste. Have the most beautiful, divine, beautiful day, and be kind. Be kind to one another, but most of all, be kind to thyself. Thank you for listening. I'll see you all next week.